It had a free sign on it.
The chair?
Well, yes, and I picked it up. But it's only for light people because while he sits on it, it just goes. My name is Gina Pagnella. I grew up in a small town called Pacific Grove, California. After UC Santa Barbara, I moved to Italy. The most special thing about clothing, the way that I see it, because I work with things that are secondhand, so that have belonged to someone before they belong to me or belong to my clients, is it is the representation of someone. It is something that someone has loved, something that someone has gone through an amazing experience with, something that someone has gone through a bad experience with. I just can't help but think where it was and where it will be. I don't know, it makes me excited to think that those things that were put away and conserved so perfectly for so long are now being enjoyed by generations and seen, and all that good juju is being spread around the world like little seeds. So it's so important because it's inevitable. It's so important because it's important to me inside. I was born thrifting in California, and then I moved to Italy and picked up where I left off. A lot of people move to Italy to start over. I was so young, it was just like a continuation of what I was doing. So, I studied, I ended up taking odd jobs, taking, jobs that could offer me a visa. Actually, to make ends meet in Vernazza, I made jewelry. I was making jewelry, I was bringing in ideas of my own, upcycling vintage pieces into their jewelry line called Story in Italy. My heart's pulling me somewhere else. So I think that's when I made the decision basically to, put the curriculum or the resume aside and start working for myself and my own ideas. So there I started sourcing vintage for the shop and things like that, and then I wanted to start a website to kind of celebrate all of the beautiful markets I had uncovered over the 10 years that I've been in Italy. I had been in Italy, and now it's been 15, and going to all those markets, I found lots of stuff. I wasn't interested in selling because I'd been working in a bottega for so long. I was interested in finding a way to be at markets as much as I possibly could. So I thought, people are gonna want this stuff. They don't know where it is. I'm not gonna tell them. So I should be a buyer for stores. And then I just started calling myself a buyer and reaching out to people, selling a little bit in the little shop I was working in, and eventually stopped working in the shop physically and started working for myself. The big plunge. Sai che mi piacciono le cose vecchie? Sì. Posso denudarla? Sì. Ok. Prego. Cosa farei se ti fossi consigli dello stile? Sarei una randaggia, sarei. I think just the quality of life in the old world and the quality of things that were made in the old world by artisans that, might have done things that people don't do anymore. I moved to Italy at a time when, everyone was going to the mall in the United States, and in Italy everyone was shopping in the little bottegas and the little, one shop to get a tie, one shop to get bread, one shop to get a scarf, one shop to get shoes. And then I lived this era of watching Italy start building malls and abandon those small shops. And I was like, no, don't do it. Visit my blog. It's really important. Artisans are important. Because at that time, I was also seeing the United States go back to shopping small. Back in the day when shoe stores, one shoe would have the print of the brand and one shoe would have the print of the shoe store. So that's the person who made the shoes and that's the person who sold the shoes. Isn't that cool? All right, so this is an old shop in Piacenza that has 4 stories. There's like a half story. We're going down to the basement. So this is like, I think, a relic of one of those old shops that I think used to exist all over the world, but very much in Italy, where artisans are run strong. This is the part of the structure that makes it. I don't think you can use it the way it is. It has to be like gutted to be used, so it has to be taken apart. Can't talk about it. This is where they would store everything. So, you would ask for a bra in this type of size, this type of, measurement, and they would come up here and find it. I just love thinking about like the commessi down there, maybe communicating with the customer exactly what they wanted. I mean, it was just a different way to shop. So much connecting like we talked about before. But the idea that these things are gonna get thrown away and never be again, for me is like too hard to emotionally handle. Sei contento?
Vedo anche che stai ridendo.
E si fa, sai già tutto tu. I just want people to stop, drop, and appreciate. You know, I knew I wanted to live in Italy once I saw someone had washed and hung out a plastic bag on the line. I was on a train, I remember looking out the window and seeing what someone had washed and hung out a plastic bag to dry to reuse it, and it was like, I need to live here. And that is kind of the real quality of life.